Hello everybody, it is Friday, about 11 minutes after 6. I just made it out to the shop. We've got dinner on the way, so I don't have a lot of time, but what I want to do is, let me flip around. I've got this pin going on the lathe. I need to go ahead and get my ladder set up here and get my camera back over so that I'm ready to film when I get a chance to come back out, and I want to finish that pin up. And the other thing I'm pretty excited about is right over here. This sander, see, it has a dust collection port, but it didn't actually come with an attachment. That is a 3-inch hole. And I went on to eBay and I found this. It is a 4-inch to 3-inch reducer. Now, if you take a look at this, it fits perfectly in that hole and there's no slop, okay? But it does hit. It hits the drum. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off, maybe about like this, just so it's enough to fit inside. I just want a lip so it fits inside of the hole, and then we'll drill a couple of holes through here, and a couple of holes through that metal back there, maybe 3 holes, and we'll put little nuts and bolts on there to hold it in place, and then we can hook this to our dust collection system. And the nice thing is with these, because of the way they work, as this thing spins, it will actually drop the dust into this little V channel down here, so very little dust comes out the top. But if you hook a dust collector to that, it'll keep that V channel clean, and any dust that potentially could go up, this whole thing becomes like a vacuum port. It's sucking down, so the dust is going to be pulled into the dust collection system. So I want to work on that tonight as well. That's really all that I'm focused on right now. I hope that I get a chance to come back out after dinner. Not sure what the family plans are tonight. They're still kind of gelling, but it was a busy day at work today. I worked from home again. A lot of things going on, so I've been behind my desk all day. I'm ready to get out of the shop and just sort of breathe a little bit and relax and then just play and enjoy myself. So we're going to get set up and get ready to go. I know that this weekend, the only thing I have to do this weekend is I promised my wife she has a shelf. And last weekend, she sanded it and painted it and finished it. It looks really nice. And she wants to hang it in the family room. And where she wants to hang it, there was a big mirror there and some other pictures. We took all those down, and I've patched those holes. So I promised her on Sunday I would sand those flat, and I would freshen that wall up. Same color paint. I'm just going to go in and paint everything and freshen it up. And then probably Monday night or so we'll hang her shelf. So I should have a full day Saturday unless something comes up. But I'm hoping, keep your fingers crossed, to get out here Saturday and be able to do a little work in the shop. I'll keep you guys posted. I've got the pin on the lathe. You can hear it in the background spinning. It's got a coat of medium CA, and I don't use activator. I like it to dry naturally. So we're going to come over here and we're going to work on my sander. Now, you can see right there, I've turned it around. There's the hole. It is a 3-inch hole, and you can see this fits absolutely perfect, but it doesn't all the way seat because if you look up in there, there's the sanding disc. Looks like I've nicked it when I shoved that in there, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut this off to where, sorry about the blue tape. Maybe there's about 1/4 of an inch, just enough to hold it in there, because you can see that's a really thin piece of material. So we'll cut this off down to about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And then I'm going to drill some holes in the back, like 3 holes in the back of this. And I've got these self-tapping screws that I'll put through those holes. I'll just slide this in here like this, and I'll go ahead and shoot those self-tapping screws through the metal, and that will hold this in place, and I will have dust collection on my sander. I just finished cutting the lip. It's just enough to hold it in the port, and it's not sliding around. So we're ready now to go ahead and shoot some screws through it. And like I said, with cutting it like that, it's not going to interfere with the wheel or the sanding drum, and it's going to be shallow enough to where the dust, if it sticks out too far, the dust may not be able to make it into it. So I think that's going to work out real well. I'm going to go ahead and get my holes drilled in it, and then we will attach it to the back of the sander. I've got my port installed. You can see I ran the screws in. There's plenty of room. There's about this much room between the drum and the tips of the screws. So we're not going to have any issue there. I am super stoked to have this. Now this will fit right onto my 4-inch hose, and I've got dust collection on my sander. I am really excited to have the dust collection on that sander. I tell you what, I love that thing. It is amazing. And what I think I'm gonna do, let me flip around and show you. This is an initial thought, but let me show you. I stopped at the hardware store the other day and I was gonna get some wood to put across there to go ahead and build that shelf for the air conditioner. And I think what I might do is I may come out, you know, right beside there, so it would come from about here to here. I may come out just long enough to put that in there, so I've got kind of a little work, L-shaped work area there, and the sander will be along here, and then I can get to my spindle sander there, and the wood can still be behind there. I'll just have to pull it out behind it, you know, this way, which won't be a big deal once that and the air conditioner are up top, because that slides all the way back in the corner, the vacuum. You know, it could come this way, or I could even take the wood that way. You know, it doesn't really matter. But I'm thinking a little L-shaped work area right here, just so I can have that set up and on full time. Because right here is the hose, that little clamp. You squeeze that, pops right off that dust collector. Squeeze it, it'll pop right on this one, and boom, I've got active dust collection ready to go all the time. So I think that's what I may do. I would need about a half a sheet of plywood, and I'd have enough to make the shelf and enough to make the you know, a little shelf for this. And then underneath of it, I need to build a little shelf or a cubby to put these, because these are the hold downs if you want to do a larger piece. I don't anticipate using those very often, and having a place to store them is going to be, that's going to be the trick. So I'm going to head back over here now. I've got 3 coats on this blank, but when I put the 3rd coat on, I stopped the lathe and I took a look at it, and there's a piece of, I think it's wingay on there. And wingay is a very grainy wood. It's like an oak. It's got tons and tons of grain in it. And that's the only place where I saw, you could see, you know, where the CA came around, there was a little bit of a divot where it had soaked in, because each time I'm applying it, it's filling that little grain divot, we'll call it. And when I say divot, it's not one place, it's all of the grain along the board, or the wingay. So I think it may take one more coat of medium, and then we'll be ready to start doing a little micro meshing and cleaning that thing up. So I'm really excited. I'm super nervous because the gentleman wanted a modified slimline made from a chaos blank. Normally when you make one of these, you use a piece of wood so you have the grain from end to end to help, you know, with strength. But with this one, you got so many glued up little pieces, and it just makes me nervous that it's going to be super delicate. But this is what he requested, and I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to build a very nice pen, and I'm going to send it to him, and I'm hoping it lasts him for many, many years. All right, I'm going to get back over and take a look and see if it's ready for another coat. I'll keep you guys posted on what else goes on tonight. Well, I'm a little disappointed. I just went up into my loft looking for a mirror. I used to have this box of, years ago, back in the 80s, people put mirrored tile on their wall, made a room look bigger, right? Well, I had a box of it I picked up for $1 at like a thrift shop or a garage sale, thinking I'll make something out of this. And I had it, I can't tell you, 10 years probably. I never made anything out of it. It was still in the box, right? I guess at the last garage sale we had, I remember putting it out, but I didn't think it sold. So I went up to the loft and looked. There's a little box up there of stuff that I had left over, looking for those mirrors. And I tell you what I want them for. This is the remote for my dust collector. And when I'm over here and I'm under the loft and I'm working on my lathe, I have to step out here and I have to reach up like this and to turn the dust collector on or off. And it just aggravates me. So what I was thinking is, let me turn this around. I am behind the lathe. I'm thinking right up there above the U of L pennants, I put a mirror, and that mirror, I should be able to shoot that and it will reflect back, and it should hit my dust collector and turn it on. Since I can't find the mirrors, I guess I got rid of them or I sold them. So we're not gonna be able to do that. I need to hit a thrift store. And the bad thing is, thrift stores really just aren't open right now because they're not really a necessary thing for people to have. But so it's gonna put me, I'm gonna have to keep, whoops, sorry about the hand there. I'm gonna have to keep popping out to do that until things open up. But I need some things anyway. I got this glass the other day. My wife brought this home. They had a picture that they got rid of at work. The frame broke, and it was just a little old stock picture you buy. And she brought me the glass because I need to make some frames. I've got the, let me turn this around. I've got the Blandford sign back here. I've got these stamps, and then I have the window sticker from my Challenger, and I thought it'd be fun to put those three things behind glass. That piece of glass is big enough for the stamps. I'll have to cut it when I make a frame. No big deal. But I want to go to the thrift store and I want to buy a couple of cheap pictures. I don't care how ugly they are, because I'm going to throw the frame away. I'll put the frame, if the frame is wood, I'll make something out of it. If it's not, I'll recycle it. I'll recycle all the cardboard in there in the recycle bin. But I want the glass because I want to be able to make a couple of frames and, you know, frame that stuff. So it's been there for a long time, and I'm always scared I'm going to damage it or spill something on it or whatever. And it's something I want to get to, and now that I have the ability to do it, I don't have a place where I can get the stuff I need without buying brand new. And I don't want to buy brand new because, you know, you can go to a thrift store and for $2, you can buy a monster picture, ugly as sin, and get rid of all the stuff. And you got this great big piece of glass, so it'll be enough to do all three of those things and have some left over. So we'll see what happens. The pin back there, I got the final coat on it. It's spinning right now because I need to micro mesh it. I'm getting ready to go back and do that, and I don't know why I left it on. I didn't have to, but I did. So we're going to micro mesh and hopefully get that pin assembled tonight. Whew, it's getting hot out here. Well, guys, I just finished up with the modified mechanical pencil for Jack McCauley. It's a gift for him for sending me a lens for my camera. The camera that my sister sent me, she did not buy it with a lens, and Jack is into photography, and he had a lens that he bought his with, but he doesn't use it. He uses his professional lenses because he's into photography, and he was generous enough to send me the stock lens for the camera. And it's incredible. It takes incredible pictures. You guys have already seen some videos by now that were taken with that. You've probably seen a photo or two. So, Jack, thank you so much. I'm not going to show you the pin, though. I know you guys all want to see it, but you know what? This is between Jack and me. I'm going to get this in the mail tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, the 6th of June, and it will go out tomorrow. He should have it sometime next week. I've got a video where I recorded this. That's whenever you guys are going to see it when I do the video. And, you know, I apologize for that, but I think it's just going to be more fun for Jack to open the box and be the first one to lay eyes on this pen. And Jack, you know, keep an eye on the channel, because I've got a couple of videos that are already in the tank, and this one will come out in a few weeks. So please keep your eyes peeled and enjoy the video. And when you show people your pen, give them the link and say, hey, check it out, man. Here's where the guy makes it right here. All right, that's it for me tonight. It's super hot out here. I got everything done I wanted to do and didn't even think I was going to do anything. So dust collection's done. Pen is done. I'm out. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.